What is a filker?
Okay, so FILK is the folk music of science fiction and fantasy. A filker is someone who filks. It is someone who commits filk music. Filk is one of the primary self-identificational clades of fandom, meaning you are a filker if you say you are a filker. If you say you are not a filker, you are not a filker, even if you are doing something that every filker alive would identify as filk music. It's kind of like roller derby, where you can use the word jam for every other word in a sentence. You can talk about filking for an hour and only say the word filk.
So when you're, I was listening to your album earlier. When you're singing, you sing, you don't do comedy directly anymore, but you're still doing a lot of presenting. Do you have other artistic pursuits, and does that boost your artistic pursuit of writing?
I mean, I draw, but not as much as I used to, mostly because there's just a lack of time. I think everything feeds into everything else. I do a lot of structured poetry. I really, really enjoy writing structured poetry. It's always been something I loved. And I feel that writing comic scripts is easier if you have a background in structured poetry, if it's something that you understand how to do. And that is primarily because a comic script at its heart is a form of structured poetry. It is a limited number of words in a limited amount of space. You have a very tight form. You absolutely have to fit within it. With a novel, if you come in between 80,000 and 90,000 words, you're a short novel. If you come in between 90,000 and 110,000, you're an average length novel. You've got all of this big wiggle room. With a comic, you've got 20 pages, fixed number of panels per page. That's all you get. So it's really a form of structured poem. And that is probably my primary non-fiction-based artistic exploit right now.
And does that give you a nice reprieve? Or are you eager to get back to your characters, your stories, the fiction that you know after you've done that?
I mean, it doesn't matter how much you like something. After you've been doing it for a while, you kind of want to do something else for 5 minutes. So I think everything is a nice reprieve from everything else. You know, after you've been sleeping all night, it doesn't matter how nice the sleep was, you're going to wake up.
You say that. I had some roommates in college that would disagree.
College is a different time, man.
That's true. Well, speaking of reprieve, I saw a quote from you that I had to follow up on. You said that if it's just you on a vacation, if you've got a stick and some good boots, just about any swamp will serve nicely. What are you going to do in that swamp with the stick and the good boots? Are you going gator hunting? What's going to happen?
I'm going to go looking for whatever lives in that swamp, and then I'm going to play with it. I have a great gator hunting story that I cannot tell you because we are an all ages podcast, but you should ask me at some point, probably after drinking. I was a herpetology major. I love reptiles. I love finding reptiles. I love leeches. I think that they are super cool and super fun. Although it's better to hunt leeches with cling film and a swimsuit than it is with good boots.
Well, we get the conferences open back up. Hopefully next year in Colorado, we'll be at StokerCon. I'll buy the drinks. I'll wait until you've had a couple, and then it's gator time. It's
gator time! Try to do it when Joe Lansdale is there. I think it'll make him really uncomfortable.
Oh, really? Good tip. He was an absolute highlight of the con this year. Everybody was, but he was just... Well, I don't know how I want to compliment him exactly, except that he said lots of things I wish I had been smart enough to say.
That is fair.